Leeds International School, Form 3, First Midterm, English Language. Communication in Writing, pages 110 to 115. Objectives of the lesson. To introduce several forms of writing, especially in examination context. To introduce general skills needed in writing. Hello dear students. First, let's look at the forms of communication in writing. When we write something, we have to write that in one of these forms. Friendly and business letters, reports, applications for jobs, directed writing, descriptions, factual accounts, stories and narrative writing, examination compositions, situational compositions. These are the most common forms of communication in writing. That means if you were asked to write some writing in your examination paper, you are expected to write one of these things. Maybe a letter, so that letter can be a friendly letter or an official or business letter. Or maybe you will be asked to write a report. These are the forms of communication in writing. So, we'll look at some of those forms. First one is directed writing. So, what is directed writing? It's a piece of writing of some length written to order. The examiners provide you with source material and with detailed instructions which stipulate the nature of the material to be used in your answer, the form you are writing must take, the audience for which it is intended. That means you are given or directed for your writing. You are told the nature of the material you should use, then what form you have to write, whether it's an article or a letter or a report, then the audience, that means to whom you are writing to. All these things are told or in the topic itself. You are directed. Sometimes the length of the piece of writing is strictly and explicitly controlled by a stated word limit. So you are given a word limit also. Sometimes, not always. More often, the length depends on the time allowed for the question, which may be as little as 30 minutes or as much as 1 hour. So the word limit depends on the time you are given. You are given all the instructions and maybe a word limit and the time, the duration that you can use to do this task. You will of course find out what time limits your own examining board sets and practice accordingly. That means if you are writing for your term exams, you know the given times for it. Maybe the whole paper should be finished within 2 hours or 1.5 hours. Then the time you have given for the essay topic or other forms of writing can be guessed or you can practice earlier. A directed writing task may be one question in an examination paper testing understand, or it may be part of your assessed coursework. So we are not interested much of the coursework, but you can understand or decide what you are tested on. Some examining boards set a separate paper with the title direct writing. Factual accounts. This is another form of writing. So, what is a factual account? Something that is factual is concerned with facts or contain facts rather than giving theories or personal interpretations. That means facts are to be used when you are writing something like that. Facts means things that you can prove, which have valid proof, not personal interpretations, not opinions, not point of views or theories. Look at this example. A news report. A news report is a short factual account of the news of the day. Now you can't write personal interpretations or opinions. You are reporting an incident based on facts. So it's a factual account. It presents only the facts and never the opinion of the person who is writing it. A good news report always covers the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, why, and additionally how. To all these questions, you have facts. So based on those facts, you are writing a report. These type of writing are called factual accounts. Situational compositions. In a situational composition, information needed to write the composition are provided in the form of notes, statistics, statements from witnesses, a map or picture, a diagram or a series of diagrams. You are given all the information. This is somewhat similar to directed writing, but in this situational composition, you are given only the information needed in the form of notes, statistics, statements, pictures, diagrams. Then you have to gather all those information and write your composition. That is called situational composition. Now we have to discuss the general skills needed in writing. Up to this, we discussed the forms of writing. When you are writing an essay or any other communication in writing, first you have to decide the form. Whether it's a newspaper article, report, letter. Then you need to know the general skills. There are 2 types of skills: general skills and specific skills. So specific skills will be discussed in another video. Here we are discussing the general skills that you need when you are writing. First one is deciding the length of the essay. That is, before writing your essay or any other composition, you need to decide the length, the word limit, the word count, which you should use. So that's a skill. That's a skill that you need to improve in writing. The second skill needed is your handwriting. Third one is reading regularly and widely. Reading a lot of material helps you to write good essays. So it's a general skill that you need to develop. Choosing your essay topic wisely. That's another general skill. You know, in your examination paper, you are given several essay topics. Then you need to decide which topic you are going to choose. So how can you choose wisely? That's a skill you need to improve. Then after you have chosen a topic, you need to understand the topic well. Now let's discuss these general skills in detail. First one is the length. The length of your composition depends on the type of examination you take. When it comes to your midterm paper, the length is different because the time you are given for a midterm paper is shorter than a term test paper. Then if you are writing a public examination, for example the O-level paper, you are given more time and the length expected in your essay is more. So it depends on the type of examination you take. Then you have to decide if you are writing a directed composition, directed writing, the general expectation is 80 to 220 words. These are only rough idea. Don't depend on these word counts seriously. Then if you are writing a situational composition, you are expected to write nearly 200 words. Practical writing 200 to 300 words. Essay topic 400 to 500 words when it comes to upper grades. These are only suggestions in general, but you have to follow the instruction given in the examination paper when writing. So these are general expectations, but read the instructions in your exam paper. If the word count is mentioned, you have to stick to that. Or if sometimes you have to decide the word count depending on the space you are provided. Anyway, the length is an important skill that you have to develop. Now remember, do not waste your time counting the number of words in your writing. It is not practical. In an examination, you can't be wasting your time counting the number of words in your essay. So, here is a method that you can use to practice at home. Take a piece of paper. Draw 3 horizontal lines 16 centimeters long. After drawing the lines, you can take your textbook, that is the General Certificate of English book, and copy any 3 lines from that. Count the number of words in the 3 lines. Now, after writing the 3 lines, you can count the number of words in it. Then work out the average per line. That depends on the size of your letters, the space you have kept in between the words. Okay, so it depends. It differs from person to person. So you have to count the number of words that you can write in each line. Then decide how many lines you need to write to cover the expected word count. Now I'll tell you an easy way. Say you are asked to write 200 words and you have discovered after doing this method that you can write 10 words in a line. If you are asked to write 200 words, you know that you have to write 20 lines to cover up the expected number of words. So, I recommend you to do this method and just know how many words you can write in an average line. Handwriting. This is another general skill you need to develop. Because if the examiner cannot read what you have written easily, he will fail to understand the development of your ideas. So your handwriting needs to be very clear. He might also think that you have made many spelling mistakes. When your handwriting cannot be read, the examiner might think that you have made many spelling mistakes. So, here are some tips. Use the apostrophe correctly. Now, sometimes children use the apostrophe in a wrong manner. Cross the letter T and dot the letter I. This is another mistake, careless mistake done by the children. You forget to cross the T or dot the I. Use dark ink. This also helps you to write clearly. Use the full stop correctly. Differentiate the capital and simple letters. These are the tips. The last one, writing the letters G, P and Y on the line in the proper way. The next general skill is read regularly and widely. To improve the knowledge of tenses, sentence patterns, use of articles, prepositions and etc. When you read regularly, any material that you come across, you get the knowledge about the proper use of tenses, about sentence patterns, how the articles a and the are used, prepositions. Sometimes we tend to use wrong prepositions. So all these things can be improved by reading regularly and widely. It also helps to improve the vocabulary. You can gather a lot of words, new words, by reading what others have written. And also you can improve your general knowledge, your knowledge on things around the world. Because when you are writing an essay, you need a lot of facts, you need a lot of points, you need to include many details. So reading regularly and widely will help you to improve your general knowledge. So try to read at least 5 to 10 pages a day in any book. It can be a novel, it can be a magazine, even daily newspapers. Try to read at least 5 to 10 pages a day. Read anything interesting. There is no particular or specified material to be read. You can you can read anything that interests you. This is another general skill that you need to have when you are writing. Now, think of the examination. You have got your paper and there are minimum 3 essay topics given in the paper for you to choose. Then choosing your essay topic wisely is another skill that you have to develop. Why? Because some topics make you confused about the tense which should be used. Example, what would you do if you won the first prize in a lottery? So this is a bit confusing. What is the tense that you need to use? So if you are not so sure about topics like this, don't select these type of topics. Select or choose another one. And another reason, because some topics makes you angry, bitter or rude. There are issues relating to gender, there are issues relating to religion or nationalities. So if you are given an essay topic which will make you angry or feel bitter, or sometimes you might write rude words, if you feel that this topic will make me write like that, don't select that topic. Third point, because some topics have several parts, so that you have to cover all of them. If your essay topic has several parts and you think that you can't plan it properly, then don't select such topics. Some topics are vague and are not clear. So you have to read your essay topic several times. You have to understand what you are asked to write. So if you feel that you have not understood the essay topic clearly, don't choose that essay topic. So choose a topic you know about or you are confident about. Maybe you don't like the subject of it. Maybe you don't like the theme or what is discussed. But you know a lot about it. You have facts, you have details, you are confident that you can write it properly. So select such topic, not the ones that you are not so sure about or one which makes you confused, which are not clear, which will make you angry while writing. Then do not select an essay topic like that. Once you have chosen the essay topic, you need to understand. In examinations, the common errors of the candidates, the children who are writing essays, make several errors because they have not understood the topic properly. Misunderstanding the keywords of the topic is the commonest form of error. You do not read the topic properly, so you don't understand the keywords. So you are advised to read it several times. Take a pencil or highlighter and highlight or underline the keywords and try to understand the topic properly. Then sometimes candidates use inappropriate tenses. Example, the future of my country. Now you are asked to write about the future. Then it suggests you to write using the future tense, not past tense. Sometimes in the examination environment, you might go wrong. So choose the proper tense. Using unnecessary narratives and personal experiences which are not related to the topic. So if you have not understood the topic properly, you may write unnecessary narratives, small stories, anecdotes, personal experiences which are not related to the topic at all. You are asked a general topic, you are given to discuss something in generally, and you are writing personal experiences, things that happen to you, or something that happened to a friend of yours, which are called narratives or anecdotes. So those are the common errors. The other one is using irrelevant or unrealistic points. Some children, when they are out of point, they add unrealistic, unbelievable points or discuss things which are not relevant or unrealistic. So understanding your topic is very important. It's a general skill that you have to develop. So here is the summary of this video. In this video we discussed form of communication in writing. We learned several forms: business and friendly letters, reports, articles, directed writing, situational composition, several forms of communication in writing. And also in this video, we discussed general skills which apply to almost all form of written work. They are length, how to decide the length, or read the instructions and decide the length. Then not to count the words. I gave you a method of how to understand the number of words you can write in a line. Then the second general skill is handwriting, how important it is to write clearly. Otherwise, the examiners will not feel like reading what you have written. They might think that you have made spelling errors. Your T's and I's are not clear. Your G, Y, P, the letters are not written properly. The capital letters and simple letters are same sized or look similar. So you have to avoid those things and improve your handwriting. Then another general skill is to Read regularly and widely in order to improve your general knowledge, to improve your vocabulary, and to know about sentence patterns, proper usage of prepositions, articles. They help you to improve that. Reading regularly and widely help you to improve in those areas. The fourth general skill is choose your essay topic wisely. When you are given several essay topics, you should be able to select an essay topic which you feel confident of, which you know about. Do not select anything that is not clear. Then the last one is to understand your topic. Now you have selected a topic, then you have to understand what to include in it or what to avoid in your essay. Understand the keywords in the topic. So this is the summary of this video. I hope you learned about the forms of communication and general skills which are needed in written work. Thank you for watching.